Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Chicka 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 da. Zoom da 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 dum da dum da dum dum da 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 dum da dum da dum dum da 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 dum da dum dum dum. It's Titan in the morning. Zibba dibba da da dum da dum da da dum da dum da. Sibba dibba da da dum da dum da da dum da dum dum dum. Doom, sibba dibba da doom da doom da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom, sibba dibba da boom 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 boom, Titan in the morning, sibba dibba da doom da doom da doom da doom da doom da doom dee, dibba dibba dee da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom. It's Titan in the morning, zibba dibba doom. It's Titan in the morning, zibba dibba doom. It's Titan in the morning. It's Titan in the morning. So Titan in the morning. Hi, my name is Titan Capri. I am a black gay man living with HIV and celebrating 20 years of thriving in my diagnosis. Titan in the morning is an inclusive space for your morning wake up. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. We come in and we say good morning because we love all the O's and R's and INGs. Then we grab our cups, put the topic in the cups, and then we sip. You will get a space and a place where you can be who you are just the way God made you, along with some breath work breathing. And not to mention some movement with the Titans Groove City, inclusive, brave, and safe space where we like to say good morning to our village, tribe, gang, and chosen family. The place to be is right here with me. I will see you there. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning to you. So y'all know, y'all can see already that my background is different. I'm in the hotel and I am trying to get it set up, and it seems like yeah, yeah. So I'm in though. I'm in. Y'all with me this morning? So I'm a step back just a little bit, and I'm gonna start it over for y'all really quickly, right? I gotta greet y'all the right way. I can't be sitting up here playing with y'all this morning like that. You know what I mean? Because we see it already. We see it already. Okay. So I want to say it just like this. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is a Tuesday. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we do it. So this morning I just want to check in with y'all. And so TikTok, y'all, please don't hate me, because I tried to have the camera over here, and in my little setup in here is kind of like wonky. But hold on, the microphone had already popped out. But hold on, let me see if I can move uh TikTok over here. Let me see if I can move them. Let's see where you at, TikTok. Is that better? Is that better? Y'all gonna see my messy bed back there? Hold on, I just want to make sure we good. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey y'all, good morning. Hold on, let me make sure we good. How about that? That's better? Okay, y'all. All right. I think I got it this morning. I think I got it. I think my setup is good to go, and I'm hoping that it is. Okay, y'all telling me it's good. All right. So I just want to say to y'all, good morning. Good morning to you. So I am in Austin, Texas this morning. I am here for the HIV STI Summit. And yeah, things have been good. So I said that I wanted to check in with you all today and just talk to you all for a minute, because, yesterday was World AIDS Day. And I think that a lot of people sometimes think that just if you are someone who is living with HIV, that's your thing. Like, it doesn't affect you for World AIDS Day. But I want to say this to you all before I get into the topic today, is that World AIDS Day, HIV, living with HIV, education on HIV affects everyone, right? Affects everyone. If there is something in the ecosystem, y'all with me? Hold on, let's see what we got here. I don't know what's happening. We're gonna just leave it alone. So yeah, so yesterday was World AIDS Day, and so I just wanted to come and talk to you all this morning, check in with you all, see how you all are doing, and just talk about what World AIDS Day mean to the world, right? And it's not just something that's just in a silo by itself. It literally means a lot to the world. So I just want to talk about it really quickly this morning. Actually, not really quickly. I want to talk to y'all. I got a story and all the good stuff like that. And so my daughter reminded me last night, we were talking up until the wee hours of the night, and just talking about things in life and stuff like that. And I just was reminded that my HIV status does not stop me from being a father, a son, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, a best friend, a Judy, all of these things, right? And so I really wanted to just talk to y'all. Y'all my people, and y'all know how we do. All right. So I want to get all the other stuff out the way. I don't have a mug with me this morning. I do have my 40 ounce, but I'm afraid to kind of show that. I'm gonna put into the comments the pop-up shop or the shop and things like that. But y'all going over. So I just want to say good morning to you. So I don't have my cup with me. I just have water this morning. Well, look, I'm gonna do it like this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, because I got to do something to something. You know what I mean? Hold on. I got to do something. So I want this to be cold. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Give me what you got for a pork chop. Okay. So I don't have a mug this morning, right? But I do have um, H2O, which ain't bad, right? Which is not bad at all. Okay. So I want to know what's in your cup and where you from. Look, this is my cup this morning. Look, this is my cup this morning, y'all. Y'all with me? What's in your cup and where you from? I'm gonna get to these comments. I see y'all are in the comments. Hold on a second. Okay, that's it right there. All right, y'all. Let me go up to the comments real quick and make sure that I'm good. I see they coming in. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Hey, Tweety. Tweety said, good morning. Good morning, Tweety. Good morning to you. Let's see here. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Who else do I have? Simply K. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Libra Love. Good morning. She said, good morning, Titan. Good morning. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, I got you there. Good morning to you. Y'all, thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Lucy Lou, good morning. Now, Lucy Lou, I don't know if you saw the microphone popped out real early this morning. So I'm a little, I'm dragging my feet this morning, but I'm here. I'm here. I think the microphone might be back again, Lucy Lou. You know how that do. Good morning to you. Okay, good morning. King Tracy said warm white grape juice. Okay, isn't that white grape juice something else? I like that. Now I've never had it warm, but I'm gonna have to check that out. From Virginia, VA. Yes, VA. Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you for the gifts. Chevy said, good morning, water always. New Jersey. Okay, come through, Agua. Look, come through, Agua. That's what I got this morning. We're going to. Now, let me tell you something. I don't care what cup I got, what mug I got, I can always sip. Okay? Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Tweety said, hot chocolate from Birmingham, Alabama. Come on, Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, Lucy Lou say, do what you need to do. You already know, Lucy Lou. You already know how we get down. Let's see. Charles said, good morning. Good morning. Charles, are you new here? Good morning to you. Good morning. Let me go on over here. Top Notch said, good morning. Wait, hold on. Top Notch said, good morning. My preciousness, have a blessed day. And remember, all of you are worthy and loved. That's my mama. Hey, mama. Good morning. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Kesh said, good morning, everyone. Love you all. Love you as well. Thank you so much for. Okay, Charles, I'm glad that you're in. Tell a friend. Oh, that rhymed, y'all. That rhymed. But this is what we do. It's Titan in the morning every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we come together, we talk about it, we be about it, but we love on one another and we support one another. That's what we do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's what we do. That's what we do. So y'all, let me go on and do this and pay a couple of bills real quick. Well, I don't know about paying the bills like that, but you know what I mean. So y'all look. So TikTok, y'all tippity tap the middle of that screen. See if you can help me out with the goal over there. But show me some love. I want to know what's in your cup and where you're from. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X. I want y'all to show me some thumbs up, show me some heart, show me some love, like, follow, share, subscribe, do all of the things, right? And that's what we're going to do this morning. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to pour me up a little bit of water real quick, agua. See, this is what I get for staying up on video chat with my daughter until almost 1 o'clock this morning. Now I'm over here trying to clear my throat. Let me clear my, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, there we go. I might be okay. I might be okay. But look, I just want to say good morning to you all. Hey, Pause Impact. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, Miss Gwen. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Look, y'all, this is what I want to say to you all. I just want to check in with you all. Y'all, it seems that this world is moving, things are happening, and we don't necessarily check in with one another. So yesterday was the first day of the HIV STI Summit here in Austin. And so we had a couple of sessions to where people were talking about things that we should know about, but we don't necessarily know, right? And so I want to say this to you all. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out, everybody that's here, because today is going to be the second day. But I want to say thank you to the community for coming together. Now, you don't have to be part of the LGBTQIA plus community, right? But you are part of a person of color community, or you are an ally, or you are something. You are in this ecosystem. And so what I was talking about on yesterday was that I'm thankful that the work that we're doing is going to go on. People are understanding, people are getting it, right? And so I don't ever have to I want to say that I don't have to worry about whether or not you will understand, because yesterday there were people inside of the summit, and they were actually doing the work, doctors and lawyers and care providers and all of the things, nurses and community health workers and case managers and all of the things. And right, so I'm an HIV advocate, but I'm also a black man. I'm also a black gay man, right? I'm living with HIV. And so yesterday it was just really refreshing to know that we're still doing the work, right? And yesterday was World AIDS Day, and I think the overarching or the overall consensus is that I wanted to bring to you all this morning is that HIV affects everything, right? There is no way that something like this lives in this ecosystem and it doesn't affect people, right? You may not be someone living with HIV, but you know someone that knows someone, right? 6 degrees of separation, you right around up in there, you know what I mean? And so yesterday, what I wrote down was we're all connected. So this morning, coming to talk to you all this morning, I wanted to say to you all that we're all connected. World AIDS Day didn't just mean World AIDS Day to me, but to everybody, right? That's why it's called World AIDS Day. Because think about this. We are celebrating those that are still here in the fight, but we also are lifting up those who have passed on, those that didn't have the option or the opportunity to live off of the things that I'm living off of now, right? And so I want to say that to you all because that is so important. A lot of people fought the good fight when the medication was not good, when it was making them sicker, when it was tearing them up from the inside. A lot of them could not, we talked about this last night, they didn't want to eat after you. They didn't want to eat in the same place. They wanted to kick you out of, schools and all of these things. They even had AIDS ward at the hospital. And so it was a lot of things going on. But here in 2025, now, y'all, we still ain't out the woods yet. So I don't know who watching this right now. So I just want to say we still ain't out the woods yet because you have to think about it. I'm 20 years in this game. And y'all know I say this game, I mean, living with HIV. I'm 20 years in this. 20 years ago, there was still stigma and trauma around surrounding HIV. But think about this, though, y'all. It's 2025, and there is still stigma and trauma surrounding HIV. And those of us living with HIV, those of us who love someone living with HIV, those of us who are allies to someone living with HIV, right? But we have to understand that HIV is just not the end all be all. Like that's a whole lot of things going on in your life. You're aging, you're getting sick, you have this, you have that, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, all of the things, right? But HIV is the only one that people treat differently in that. And I want y'all to sit with that just for a moment because last night I said they asked me what was my hope or what was my wish, and my wish was that this continues to go, that the work that I'm doing is not in vain, that somebody got something from me, right? And even after I expire, even after I leave this earth, right? Somebody will say, "Hey, Titan did this or Titan did this. My footprint is here somewhere." Right? You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to come and check in with you all because there's a lot going on in the world and people are angry, people are upset, but also people are hurt, right? They're taking away funding and they're doing all of the things. And so one thing affects another. You know how they say about, like the butterfly effect, right? That a butterfly will flap its wings over here. You won't see the wind, but on the other side of the world, right? It could be a storm. It could be a wind, a storm. Like things affect people differently, right? So I just wanted to come to you all this morning, check in with you. First off, how you doing, right? What's in your cup, where you from, right? And then what does World AIDS Day mean to you, right? And y'all know I always come to y'all and I always talk with y'all. And so if I'm going through something, I want y'all to, be in that pocket with me. But what does World AIDS Day mean to you all? And it doesn't have to be a pristine, cute, nice answer. It could just be it's World AIDS Day, if that's what it means to you. But a lot of you I know personally, a lot of you are my family, my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family. And I love the fact that y'all came out. I love the fact that y'all support. I love the fact that you may not be someone living with HIV, but you know that Titan is. So you come, you support, you be there, and you do all of those things. You even call and check in on me and all of the things like that. And I'm so appreciative of you all. But I want to bring some awareness to HIV and AIDS, and that people seem to think that it's nasty, it's ugly, it's all of that. For somebody, it may be. For somebody, it may not be. Some people think that it doesn't affect you because you're not part of the LGBTQIA plus community. But we also know that they're using all these big words and stuff, and treat me like I got a fifth grade education, but I'm only holding up four fingers. You feel me? You feel me? Okay, y'all, let me get over here. Hey, the King HNIC. Good morning. Hey, good morning to you. Hey, Daryl. Good morning. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Chris. Good morning. The real boss lady. Good morning to you. Good morning. Clay, baby. Good morning to you. Cass says, "Hey, I just held the World AIDS Day event yesterday." Well, thank you so much, Cash. I appreciate that. Are you in the world? I mean, are you in the world? Are you in? Yeah, let me know what you do, things like that. Any way that I can support. I mean, I don't know where exactly you're located, but I'm sure that support is support. And so, yeah. And then welcome in. Welcome in. I don't know. Have we talked before? Let me know. But welcome in, Cash, and I appreciate it. I see that you followed me as well. Thank you so much for that. All right, YouTube, Facebook. Okay, yes, indeed. Look, look, Tina, don't be saying all that stuff, right? Because Lucy Lou over here just waiting for the microphone. I already know what's happening. I already know what's happening. I'm moving a little slow this morning, so y'all don't be sitting up here asking about this microphone. Y'all need let me know what's in your cup and where you from, because y'all see I just got pure water this morning. What's in your cup and where you from? Tina, stop it, because then you gonna get Lucy Lou going over here, and okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. Look, Italian Beauty said, "Good morning, love." Hey, Italian Beauty, good morning. Good morning to you. Okay. Mm. So this is what I want you to do this morning. Okay, Cash, indeed, indeed. Cash says that I'm a part of a cab group where we the patients help the health field bridge the gap in NC, North Carolina. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, indeed. Well, Cash, make sure that you stay tuned with me. Let me know what's going on. I think I know some. I got a couple of people in North Carolina, but yeah, let's connect. Shoot me a message if you want to. Right, like I'm asking for consent if you want to, and all of that good stuff. Okay. Hey, Keisha, good morning. So yeah, and I love that, Cash, because I'm an advocate of us making sure that we connect with one another. So last night they had a screening here in Austin at the Galaxy Theater of two documentaries, Kiss and Tell and my documentary, And We Rest on Giants. Kiss and Tell was about women of color loving their bodies, different ages, different sizes, and talking about their journey and loving to love themselves, loving to understanding how to love their bodies in whatever moment it's in, right? Big, tall, short, thick, skinny, all of the things, right? And so it was really, really powerful. I got to meet some great people. And then they also got a chance to see my short documentary film, And We Rest on Giants. And so, y'all, I did this film probably about 2.5 years ago, but it is still something that yeah, last night was like another form. So me telling my story, me living in this, me being upfront with this has really, really changed my life in so many ways. Because a lot of times people would ask me, why are you always talking about HIV? Why you always got to put your status out there? And I said, for some people, my status being out there, it may be offensive or they may not like it. But for me, right, me and my house, my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family, for me and my God and my prayer and meditation, this was something that I had to do, right? Because for so many years, I watched people suffer. I suffer, you know what I mean? And then, so I'm sitting here saying today, last night, they asked me what was my hope and my wish. And my wish was we keep having things like this. We keep merging different um, intersections. We keep bringing people together, right? And we don't have to all be up on the rooftop yelling and screaming, but we can literally be here supporting one another, supporting people, and doing things. Y'all with me? So that's the reason why we do this. World AIDS Day doesn't just mean World AIDS Day to Titan. It means World AIDS Day. It's world. Like people are affected by that. And we lost so many people in the beginning because we didn't have the knowledge, we didn't have the understanding, we didn't have the medication that we have now. And even now, a diagnosis, right, is still trauma and stigma filled. And people are being diagnosed in weird and crazy places. People are being diagnosed over the phone. People are receiving their diagnosis just like it's what it is. And so, y'all, we are in this fight to stop that, to do that. So I wanted to check in with you all because this is not only my life, but if you are connected to me, right? And a lot of you know me through somebody. I met you through somebody, or you saw me on social media and we've met. And y'all, yes, y'all know I'm a hugger. So yesterday I'm hugging everybody. I don't care, gay, straight, laid back, big, tall, yellow, green, blue, whatever it was. I was hugging everybody because I was saying in this world, we need more love, right? We need more love, period. And so I'm not putting parameters around who you are. As long as your energy is good, hold on, y'all, hold on. Because somebody said, Titan, you go to hug people, but I always ask for consent, number one, because not everybody wants to be hugged. That's number one. Number two, right? Sometimes energies are energies. And some people just have bad energies. And I'm not finna sugarcoat it. If your energy is off and you go to shake my hand, I'll shake your hand. But if you say you're okay with being hugged, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you that hug, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be better for it. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is where I'm at. Yesterday, somebody said, "Well, it's just World AIDS Day." Did you see the word in the beginning? World AIDS Day. Do you know how bad you gotta be in order to get world in the front of your title? Do you know how bad you got to be? You know what I'm saying? You had to come in and shake up the room in order for them to put world on your title. They didn't say around the block. They didn't say you're jingling, baby. They didn't say that. They said World AIDS Day. And y'all, this is how I talk with people. We're not even finna play that. You know what I'm saying? We're not even finna play it. We're not even gonna talk about how this affects us, because what they want you to believe is that it doesn't affect you, but it does. Effect and affect, right? And a lot of times they were sitting they were talking about this and that, and I said, hold up, wait a minute. What you mean it don't affect me? Because you can go stand in a room. 1 out of 4, let's just say, or 1 out of 3. 1, boop, 1, 2, boop, 1, 2, boop, 1, 2, boop. If you're in a room of 200 people, every third person may be somebody living with HIV. Every third person may be somebody that's living with HIV and they haven't been tested, so they don't know. That part. That part. Hold on, y'all. Let me get up here. Hey, Bree. Good morning. Now, you know I love all those O's and INGs. I love all of that. Good morning. So you have to really think about it. Somebody said over here, yes, 1 out of 3. Indeed. Somebody over here said one. Hey, Cash said 1 out of 3. Yes, indeed. But you think about this, right? Think about you just had Thanksgiving, right? And you had 20 something people at your house, or how many other family members you had, right? And you think about this like this, and I don't want to put anything on anybody, but I want to say this. You have to really think about, you're in a room full of people, right? Most people know their status, but most people don't. Some people could be transmitting HIV to someone else and not even know. But same thing with an STI. Same thing with a sexually transmitted infection. Like, you have to know these things. And so a lot of things go hand in hand. We can't solve it because we can't educate here in Texas. We can't educate the youth like we used to. Like, they used to show us things and let us know. Now we've gotten to a place where everybody is so sensitive about what they're telling the children. And I want to take this away. I don't want you to think that I'm telling somebody at 2 and 3 and 4 years old this. I'm saying people are already out here having intercourse, doing the things, hiding out in the bathroom, all, like, people are already doing these things. So you sitting up here not telling them. But something that the documentary last night, Kiss and Tell, stated was that they actually were not told about their bodies and what it means. They were just told, don't do this because you'll do this, you'll get this. And it was pregnancy, which was the thing, right? And so there are a whole slew of things out here in the world beyond pregnancy that you need to talk to your children about. because I think it's wrong for us to send our children out into the world and let the world teach them when we should be teaching them at home. You know what I mean? You send them to school to get an education. They can know everything. They can have a handheld device and a smartphone and a smart TV and all of this type of stuff like this, where everything is at their fingertips. But you can't sit down and have a conversation. Something that I used to like to do, and I still do, right? I would cook dinner and we would sit down at the table and we would talk. How's life going? What's going on? How was your day? Da 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 da, all of the things, right? And a lot of people don't do that anymore. You don't know what your children are doing. And then you want to kick them out when you find out that they are LGBTQIA plus, or if they are a person of trans experience, trans man, trans woman, or you find out that they are same gender loving, or you find out that they're this and they're that, and then all of a sudden you want to condemn them for something that you never taught them. You never said that. And y'all, it's a cycle, because they didn't teach it. I didn't get it. And I didn't get it. Now, I didn't have children. Now, I'm not going to teach it, right? I'm not going to say anything, because we don't talk about that. It's taboo. And so something that I've always said in the work that I do, if this is so taboo, how did you get here? How'd you get here? If condoms were such a thing and were used the way that they or were intended, the way that they tell us that we to use them, if that was the case in point, how did you get here? But you want to condemn somebody who doesn't use a condom. You don't know your status, but you want to condemn somebody for knowing their status and putting it on social media. That was me. When I first put my status on social media, people were asking questions. Well, why are you always talking about this? Because I know from experience, being in the back of the room, hearing people talk about me as if I was not here, as if I was not someone that deserved love and compassion and understanding. And they talked about that. And I just could not, for the life of me at that moment in my life, speak up and talk about it, right? So y'all, this is why I always want to check in with people, because sometimes people are suffering in silence. Sometimes people are standing there going through the crap and they are saying nothing because somebody in front of them, around them, in this ecosystem that they're in this community, has talked bad, has talked down, has made you feel some kind of way. And then here we are. Y'all with me? I know. We checking in. I didn't come on here to preach and do all of this kind of stuff like that. But this is what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to ever, I can't send you out into the world, right? And not have all of your ducks in a row, as the old folks would say, right? You haven't crossed your T's and dotted your I's. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so this morning when we check in, we always got to check in with some knowledge and some understanding, because this is not the way that the world works. Then what happens is something happens, right? And then now you're in a different situation, because now you're upset, you're angry, you're arguing, you're fighting, you're doing all of the things with your children when your children should have been taught early on what the world is. Take off the negative connotation, take off the derogatory feelings and all of that. Your actual oh, hold on, did I freeze, y'all? Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Okay, we good? Okay, because y'all, look, they were talking about Titan. What happened? Look, I was frozen. Oh, and I'm also working to decriminalize HIV in all states. Indeed, Cash. And so I was awarded a grant for next year. And my focus on that, the focus on that grant is HIV criminalization. And so a lot of times what we don't know or we don't understand is that although our state does not have an HIV criminalization law, I'm using air quotations, right? You still can be charged as an offense, assault, battery, things like that. So there are ways for them to actually have it on the books and not actually say HIV criminalization, right? So if somebody says that you didn't tell them, you didn't disclose, right? They can bring you up on charges. They can bring you up on assault and battery and things like that. So you got to be real careful. But Cash, yeah. So yeah, let's keep in touch, Cash. Let's keep in touch and make sure. Brielle said, I miss you, boo. Yes, indeed. I miss you as well. We're going to have to go break some bread and talk it out. Amen. I love you. Okay, better not. And I thank you. Okay. And then Kesh said, yes, telling the truth. You know, we got to do it. Hey, Melissa, good morning. She said, good morning, Titan. Good morning. Brielle said, I'm on much way back to Houston on Amtrak. Okay, come on, Amtrak. Yes. Bree said, I understand the struggle because I walk alongside with you in the struggle. Yes, indeed. And a lot of times what we do is we don't understand how this truly affects us until we are standing. And I'm going to go back to this room example. We're standing in a room of people, of like-minded individuals, like I was yesterday, and I will be today when I go down to the back down to the summit for day 2. We're in this room and people are affected by HIV. People are affected by diabetes. People are affected by weight gain. People are affected by hypertension and cancer and eyesight and dental and vision. Like people are affected by these things. And sometimes people think, oh, well, you have HIV or you're HIV living with HIV. And so HIV is the only thing that you're worried with. No, you still age. You still have other comorbidities. It's about the whole health, but it's about that education. Like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Okay, come on, come through, Amtrak. You say, you better stop. You're going to hurt some feelings, but oh well, keep going. Indeed. Now, you know that's how we do it. Brielle said, you better say it. Okay. Kesh said, here with you. You good. Okay, gotcha. She said, I'm almost back in Houston. We can do some tomorrow if you're free. I'm still in Austin and I leave tomorrow. So Brielle, we can get together for sure. But yeah. Brielle said, yes, Lord. We can set up a lunch date for next week. We sure can. We sure can. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we're saying here. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, said definitely view over here. Indeed. Different view over here. Yes. Preach. We're going to work together. Cash said we're going to work together. Oh, I'm also working. I got that decriminalization. Hey, Queen, good morning. It is better to talk and speak facts because there is so many spreading misinformation. And that's what it is, y'all. Like I can't tell you exactly what you feel and all of this, but I can tell you what I know. I can tell you that I've been out here in these streets and that this is what's happening. And sometimes we are up in the clouds and we can't see what's going on down in the valley. You feel me? And so that's why I'm always checking in. And so, y'all, something was said to me yesterday, and they kept thanking me for doing the work that I do, right? And I told them, I always talk about this, right? I always talk about the fact that I started doing this work because something was missing in my life, right? And so on this journey, what I've learned to do, I've learned the gift of gab. I learned how to talk, I learned how to walk. I learned how to be in rooms, right? And also I learned how to be a sponge and take in because everybody's journey is different, right? Now, don't get me wrong, my diagnosis was horrible, and that's the reason I started in this work, right? I promised my God through my meditation and my prayer, not on my watch. Nobody else should have to go through what I went through because, right, they got some more ignorant people running around here. And I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Like, yeah, we can talk, right? Okay, I just want to make sure because a lot of times people don't want to say it. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes these doctors want to tell you what your body is doing, but you know what your body is doing. Listen to your body, understand, advocate for yourself. So what I would do with my clients, right? With my now that are part of my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family, what I would do is I would go into these appointments with them And then we would be talking. And I would say, before we go in here, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do this, right? Are you okay with that? If you're not okay with it, then let me go ahead and take the lead at your consent. If you consent to this, then we're good. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, y'all. What I don't do, what I've never done, is I don't want to talk to you in the clouds. I want to be down in a ditch and covered in mud. I want you to understand that I got a 5th grade education, but I'm only holding up 4 fingers. I want you to get that and understand. Break it down for me. Don't give me supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What does that mean? Right? Don't give me, well, the aura and the pi r square and the t and the v. No. Tell me what it is. Titan, you need to do this. Titan, this is this. And I think a lot of times we lose people because we talk so highly. Everybody is about education. And I'm not saying that education is not it, but just because you went to Harvard or you went to Ivy Leagues and all of this, I don't think that you have to talk as if other people will not understand. And we don't. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I went to school, I did all of the things, but we're not going to talk like that. I'm not using 15-letter words and all of that. Okay, so what does that mean? Google is your friend. What does that mean? Oh, okay then. Well, what is that saying? I don't talk like that, right? Because we come from different spaces and places. And so yesterday I was telling them, I don't want that. I curate spaces and places that are brave and safe. But also I curate spaces and places where you can come and you can get what you need out of it without feeling like you don't belong. Catch it. Catch it. Now, y'all know I'm going to talk a little mess. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to be a little country because I'm from Texas, and that's just how it is. My family is from the country, and that's what we do. You might hear a little twang in there. You might hear me say the house. You know, you might hear me say wretch over there, like my grandma used to say. Like, there are things that we're going to do. But here's the thing. We're all from different spaces and places, right? And I should not make you feel as if you don't hold weight in this space that you're in, because that's how we lose people. Yesterday, I told them that I had so many clients that would not go and do just because they didn't know what that was. They didn't understand how it could benefit them. They didn't get it. And then you hear people say, oh, well, you should know this. You know, did you graduate? Did you get that doesn't matter to me, because not everybody has went to school. Not everybody has graduated. Not everybody has made it to the 12th grade. Not everybody has had college. Not everybody has had a skill. Not everybody can sing and dance and rap and do. Not everybody can do that. So I'm not going to put you in that category. I'm not going to do it. You with me? So that's the reason I check in with you all the time. Because to be honest, I'm checking in on myself. Because this world is crazy, upside down, will throw you through and fro, and then chew you up and spit you out, and then leave you to leave you to your own vices. And you're like, wait, well, hold on. I didn't get here by myself. Did y'all just catch that part? I didn't get here by myself. Regardless of what you feel on why I'm living with HIV, regardless of what you feel, I didn't get here by myself. There were a lot of factors. There were a lot of things moving. There were a lot of moving parts that got me to where I'm at, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. In this documentary last night in Kiss and Tell, they talked about how the physical messed with their mental, threw their spirit off, and then how education played a good part, but education also played a bad part, because there was a lot of things that they could have been educated on to help protect them, to uphold them and uplift them, that they didn't get. They didn't get. Okay? Hey, Larry, good morning. Hey, Larry, good morning to you. At the spot on the spot, Brielle said, yes, yes. That part, get straight to the point and speak facts. Don't blow smoke up my That part right there, Brielle. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't blow smoke up my cooler. That ain't what we doing. That ain't what we doing. Let's see where we at. I see some other stuff. As Kate sees it, said, I just realized I have been naive about so many things. And you know what? As Kate sees it, a lot of times we don't know because we don't know. Because our view is not that. And this world has made it so. And I'm not saying this is the same for you, Kate. I don't know. I'm not speaking for you. But in my experience, this world has shielded me from things, which is good in a sense, but it also shielded me from love and understanding and being able to see and be a part of the very fabric of this world, right? Because people told me that I didn't deserve this because I am someone that's black and gay. I didn't deserve this because I am living with HIV, or I didn't deserve this because I'm same gender loving or whatever, or I don't deserve it because I'm part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Last night, when they were asking questions on the panel, I said that I was all of those things. I was an abomination, right? I was against God. I would never have salvation. I would never get to heaven. These were things that I was told. I was told over the years. And what we don't understand is that without the knowledge and understanding, we don't know what it does to somebody's psyche. We don't know what it does to somebody's spirit, right? But then you throw them out into the streets and leave them by themselves. And then the streets will rear you up. The streets will bring you up. And then you ask yourself, why are you like this? What's wrong with you? But it's not what's wrong with you. It's what happened to you. Something happened along the way that changed you forever. So I spent 8 years in the military. I'm using that as an example. I spent 8 years in the military. And although going into the military, basic training, AIT training, they are supposed to whip you into shape. But it's very traumatic. It is very traumatic. People do not know how to deal with it. People were trying to leave. People were going AWOL. It's like there is a cause and an effect, right? And when you don't give everybody, when you don't give people the opportunity to have the tools or have a toolbox, right, in order to understand where they're at and what they're doing, you lose them. You understand what I'm saying? You lose them. And so when I sit here and talk with you all, y'all know I always tell y'all all the time, that's not my ministry. I'm not going to talk to you about something I don't know. However, what I will do is research it, I will vet it, and I will figure it out, right? I may not be able to answer you right now, but I'll get the answer to you. You feel me? And I think sometimes we don't get that. We don't get the opportunity to sit in what it is and to be okay with acknowledging that it's not right. Last night before I got off the panel, I said, y'all, this is what I ask of you. Show yourself some grace, but be real with yourself. If it stank, if it's nasty, if it's not right, if it made you feel some kind of way, you got to sit in that, right? And acknowledge it. I'm not saying sit in it, you know what I mean? But you got to acknowledge it. What I would do is, because I have been told so long and so many times, I just let it go. Water off a duck's back, right? Let it just fall off. No, that's not right. That's not right. You were put on this earth to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to be somebody and to do things, right? But things happen to us along this journey that changes us forever. Trauma. We could be three in a car, all have the same wreck. Somebody gonna get out that car and walk away like it ain't nothing. Somebody's gonna be totally traumatized and never want to be in the car again. Somebody's gonna be like, hey, every time something happens, jumping. It's according to where you're at and how you are. And so a lot of times our parents at the time were not ready to be parents, so they couldn't give you the skills that you need because they were never taught the skills. They were never given the hugs and the love and the and all of the things. And so now here we are, just a lot of people running around here trying to make it happen the best way you know how. The best way you know how. And so, y'all, when I learned that, I stopped blaming people for things that were happening. Well, no, let me say that. I stopped blaming people for me and how I reacted to things, because I had to understand that, not giving them a pass, but I had to understand that their life was different than mine. Their journey was different than mine. Yeah. Okay. So, no, so hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Woo. Yes, indeed. Okay. Brielle said, this is how we got here. That part right there. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. So I learned a long time ago that I can't make you see it my way. It's not for me to convince you. It's not for me to make you see it my way, right? But it is my journey, my plight. The reason that I'm on this earth is for me to bring this light. And I say this all the time. I believe that I was put on this earth for a reason. I believe that God saw purpose in me, and my purpose was to help and do the things the way that I can do them and be who I am authentically. I believe that my purpose was to be me. That's it. That's it. Imagine you being born to this beautiful space and place, and you cannot enjoy it. You cannot like it. You cannot be in it the way God intended for you to be in it, because somebody is telling you that you're not it. If God is all seeing and all knowing, right? And I don't know who this is for this morning, but whoever you are right here, this is for you, because it's also for me, because my spirit is telling me you need to hear this. You are a child of God. You are a blessing. Yes, crap has happened. Yes, you have fallen down and scraped your knees and your elbows. But that doesn't mean that you are not a gift. That doesn't mean. So I want you to sit in this for a second. This is something that somebody told me, and something that when I talk to my therapist, like, what do you do well? What makes you happy? What do you do well? Well, I've been there for this person. I've done this. I curate spaces and places. I advocate for those that can't advocate for themselves. But what I do well is that I advocate for myself in order for me to be able to advocate for others and do things. That's what I do well. Y'all heard me say early on, I got the gift of gab. I can talk. I can talk. I have a good spirit, what I've been told. I have a good spirit and a great energy. So when I walk into a room, it's different. But y'all, I had to make sure that I was about that life. If I told you that I was going to do something, I had to follow through. If I told you that this was what it was, this is what it was. That's what I had to do. And a lot of times people don't see that as something great, as something that's worthy of praise, because they're like, oh, well, ain't nobody gonna like me anyways, and da-da-da. No. Be true and honest with yourself. Be true and honest with yourself. Because in order for somebody to truly love you, you got to love yourself. Y'all, I stopped listening to that I was an abomination. I stopped listening to that I was not a child of God. I stopped listening to that that's the reason that you have what you have, the gift that keeps on giving. That's what they used to call it back in the day. That's the reason you got AIDS, because you're gay. That's the reason, da 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 da. All the time, they don't know how I got here. And I used to go home and I used to cry, and I was like, well, but that's not what happened. That's not what happened. But also, I wasn't in a space or a place to tell you my business. I wasn't in a space or place for me to express who I was, because disclosure was something, when I say out of this world back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we talk a good game. But again, remember I said being about that life. Baby, I'm not going to lie to you. It's easier said than done. I can sit up here and tell you all day long that's what it is. I'm not worried about that. That don't affect me. A wop, wop, a wop, wop, a wop, wop, wop. And the whole time inside, I'm crashing out. Because just imagine you waking up to the most beautiful thing in the world. Your life. You waking up to your life. and you are running outside to go and live it. No questions asked. And somebody tell you that you are not worthy of that life. Imagine what that does to you. The first time it might bounce off like a rubber ball on the wall. It might bounce off. The second time you're going to notice that it was there because it stung a little bit. The third time it stained. Okay, pop, pop, pop. Now the fourth time you worried. So you're not going outside, running outside, happy-go-lucky. Now you got to watch where you at. You got to look around corners. You got to make sure nobody's trying to bully you, ostracize you, and do all these things. The fifth time it happened, you start to be reclusive. Well, I'm going to pull back. I'm not doing this. I'm not, no. Y'all with me? And then there's no seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time because now you've taken yourself out of the equation. Now this life that you were so happy and so go lucky and smile bright 1998, you feel me? Now this life you don't want it because it brings along all of these things. But you try to go to people and tell them how you're feeling and they dismiss it. They don't think it's true. You tell them what happened to you and they say, you better shut up. You better not talk about that. You better not do that. So now I'm getting it double. I'm getting it out in the streets. I'm getting it at home. I'm getting it at school. I'm getting it at work. So now what do I do? Y'all, when I started this, I wanted to save everybody. When I started this, I wanted to save everybody. But I couldn't even save myself. I couldn't save myself. So what were you doing? I was going through the motions. I was being what the world wanted me to be because I felt that's how I had to get along. I had to be that. But I was slowly losing myself. I told my therapist when I first started my mental health sessions, I told my therapist that I was slowly leaving. My cheery, upbeat essence was slowly fading out, right? My soul wasn't singing and dancing and loving and creating and being this light that I was born in this world to be because people had been telling me that I was shining too bright. Stuff like, oh, you gay. Oh, well, Titan, you can come over here, but I don't think you should wear this or do this or whatever have you. I even talked to my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family. I'm not going nowhere where I'm not welcome. Although they say they love me, I have been put in situations and positions that were not good for me because they didn't see it. They didn't see it. They thought that I was being paranoid, right? But that's what the world does to you. It doesn't give you an outlet in order for you to be you. It tells you that you have to be this. You got to be this. You got to be that. And in order for you to be that and be accepted and to be loved, you got to stand tall like that. I want to thank God for favor because right now in this moment, this experience, and this journey that I'm on, I am always going to be me. I am always going to be who I am to the fullest. And that's just what it is. And I understand that some people do not agree with it. I understand that some people can't get down with it, and I'm fine with that. I don't disrespect you, you don't disrespect me. But here's the thing, right? This is my life. It's my life. And if I don't use my life, you know how they tell you that you have gifts and all of these things, and if you don't exercise them, you may lose them. Y'all, that's the same way life is. Once you stop, once your mobility is gone, and you continue to sit and fester in this nastiness, this ugliness, this vile things, you will become that. And you will slowly go away. So to the person that asked the question, y'all, because I kind of answered it, but I'm talking to, my spirit is saying, I'm talking to somebody out there that needs to hear this, right? My photo on the live this morning says that you belong here. You are not a mistake. And so I want to say that. Yesterday, I'm sitting in this room full of people in this theater, and they're watching my documentary, and we rest on giants. 20 years ago, laying in that hospital bed, when I was praying to be let go, I would have never been able to experience this. And there's been a lot of things that have happened in my life, especially in the last 6 to 10 years, that I was like, oh my God, right? But just imagine that light of mine being snuffed out from this world. And this is not being full of myself. This is real. Your spirit, your essence, your soul was put on this earth. It has a job. And sometimes we don't know what that job is. But I know for sure that my power is me. My position is wherever I'm at, right? And my purpose is to always stand true to who I am and be that. And y'all, that has built my brand. That has built my experience. That has built that. And I'm not saying that you don't have it. I'm not saying that you can't be that. What I'm saying is know what you are, know who you are, stand 10 toes down, and that's where you're at. And then you do the work for you, not for them and them and them and them. And do it for you. Do it for you. All right, y'all, let me get to these messages and then I'm on these comments. And then I'm going to go to a commercial real quick, and then we're going to come back and close up. No, welcome in. Welcome. This is an inclusive, brave, safe space. You come in with all, the only thing that we ask is that you respect us as we respect you. Period. You are welcome to a Titan in the morning. You are welcome to the Titan Capri experience. You are welcome just to Titan Capri. You welcome. But we just ask that you give the same respect that we give. That's it. Because I don't want you to do or be anything that you're not. I don't want you to do or be anything that God didn't put you on this earth for. But what I do want for you, I do want love and life, right? I do want smiles and happiness. I want you to experience what God put you on this earth for. Have you ever experienced a sunrise, a sunset? Have you ever walked out into a field? Have you ever seen just a bed of roses? Like, there are things, have you ever just seen the ocean, right? Have you ever seen like a beautiful day with clouds just forming and going? There are things in this world that you don't know that are beautiful, but they were put on this earth to be just that. So think about yourself before we go to this commercial. Think about yourself. You might not know that you're beautiful. You're great. You're vivacious, curvaceous, lovely, and all of it. You may not know that because that's not for you to know. That's for you to find out, because you were put on this earth for a reason. But just imagine God saying, boop, I'm going to put the light of 1 billion stars in you. You're going to go out in this world and you don't even know why the people are attracted to you. You don't even know why they flock to you, because I put 1 billion stars in you. When you get to the point to where you understand who you are and what your actual purpose is, then you're going to be able to recognize all of the stars that you put out into this world. You with me? All of the jush and the pizzazz and the sass. You're going to know that. But just imagine you being born and boop. Just imagine. And that's where we are. That's where we are. We got to go through some things to get to some things. But I want to go back to you You right here, whoever you are, just imagine those billion stars put into your very essence, your soul, and your spirit. And you never get the chance to express those stars. Just think about that. I want to tell you, it's okay if you don't see it right now. It's okay if it's not prevalent to you, but you continue to be true to who you are, who God made you to be, and understand that you belong here. And those stars are going to shine. Those stars are going to shine. But we got to be okay with who we are and where we are in this moment. Okay, okay, look. Look, I know. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I see y'all. I see y'all. Hold on. Hey, Dennis over on Podbean. Good morning. Hey, Black Link on Instagram. Good morning. Preach Kid says, hey, Preach Kid. Good morning. Said, I know I'm beautiful. I just need to stop forgetting it when things get tough. Baby, let me tell you, a lot of times we go to the ugliness. Soon as something gets tough, we say, oh, I'm ugly. Right? Not saying ugly as in appearance, not saying ugly as, but overall, right? The world gets ugly and we remember the ugly, but we don't remember the beautiful. We don't remember the beauty. So, Preach Kid, you better say that. You better say that. Keisha says, know who you are, right? Know who you are. Yes, encourage yourself, right? Y'all, and a lot of times what we do, we don't do it because we feel that that is not for us. Everything here is for you. You just got to know what time and when to be there. You know how you get ready for a trip, you check in before you even get to the airport? Bam. You know what I'm saying? You schedule it, you do all of the things. You just got to plan and be comfortable and know when your time. Okay? Keisha said, my word of the day is write your own definition and stop allowing others to define you. That's it. Stop letting them define you. Write your own definition. Let me tell you something. I'm not finna put nothing on me that ain't mine. You go on over there and pop your gums and do whatever you gonna do, but bro, don't come over here with that. Because people used to tell me that I was this and I was that. And so I just, okay, that's what I am. No, bro, nah. Y'all know what I really want to say. Now, ninja, now. Okay. Hey, Amber, good morning. Amber said, hardwiring created by culture should be re-examined and dissected. That part right there. That part right. Y'all, there is a lot of things that are woven into the very fabric of your life that you're never going to get away from. Racism is one that we're never going to get away from because things were put in place, systems were put in place, things were put in place for this to live and thrive and to be. So we're never going to get away from it. It's just going to change its face. It's going to change its form. It's going to change the way that it gets to you. That's all. There are a lot of things in 2025 that are going on that was set forth back in 1919. That was set forth back in slavery. That was set forth to stop us from being. And you got to understand that. It's a cycle. And if nobody breaks the cycle, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. Re-examine and dissect it. You know how you, back in the day when you were in school, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to give us frogs and we would dissect the frog and do all of this. We would look at worms and stuff like that. We would check, organs and things like that and re-examine. Something is wrong somewhere, right? I need to re-examine this because I can't be okay because, yeah, I'm not good. But let me dissect what happened. What happened over here? What happened over there? Blah, 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 blah. I got to do that. I got to do that. Indeed. Okay. Yes, indeed. No, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. All right. Let me get over here because I'm looking like 91 comments. Hold on. Cash says, "Oh, coffee with Kalula." Come on. Yes, I love that. I love that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting to the comments. There's so many of them going, and I'm so thankful. I'm just, I'm just so thankful. Let me sip real quick. That's it. Cass says, "I'm also working with people who are having a hard time taking their meds and getting a support team." And so, Cash, I'm glad that you just mentioned that. Hold on a second. I'm glad you just mentioned that because I normally, yeah, Cash, you got me. So let me go to this commercial and let me be back. Let me do that first, and then I'm gonna come back, Cash, and I'm gonna answer these questions and things like that. Hold on a second. Let me go to commercial right fast, and then I'm gonna come back, y'all. I know I'm beyond time, but hopefully I'll get this done quickly, and then we'll be able to go forward. Okay, let's see where we at. We're gonna go to commercial real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. I see him. I see him. Y'all got me. Hey, look, look. I'm cheesing. I'm loving this. All these comments. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna pour me some more water in my cup, and then I'm gonna be back. All right, let's go to commercial real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, let's go. My name is Titan Capri, and I would love to introduce you to the Titan Capri Experience merch. Have you been over to my shop to see all the wonderful items that I have for you? Let me tell you, I have the Titan in the Morning mugs, socks, tote bags, candles, and t shirts. I even have a Titan Capri Experience insulated 40-ounce travel mug. Yes, I did say 40 ounces. So hop on over and check out all the goodies that I have for you. Also, if clicking the link is not for you, you can scan the QR code and it will take you to my TikTok shop where you can do all the shopping that you would love to do. Go on over and check me out. For the link, the QR code, but either way, it will take you to the destination, which is my Titan Capri Experience shop. See you there. Good morning. So we back, y'all. So we back. So yes, I want to say this. My shop, I do have a TikTok shop, so you can go on over. You see the shirt that I have on, that's on the TikTok shop. Also, too, I have coffee mugs. I'm normally sipping out of a coffee mug, but I'm in the hotel and I forgot my mug, and so yeah, my mug is in the car, but I wasn't able. I didn't have enough time to run downstairs and get the mug. But we good, we good. But go on over and let me know what you have. I'll put the actual link into the comments for those that are not on TikTok so that we can get those. Hold on, let me make sure that we are good. Hold on. Just want to make sure. Okay. So making sure sign with your passkey. Uh, oh, look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I put this security on and I'm sitting here saying, wait, did I put security on this thing? Obviously I did because now they asking me to input this and that. So what happened was that there was a data breach or something. And so in order for me to like really access the things that I need and stuff like that, they asked me to change my password and put a code on and stuff like that, which I don't mind. But y'all know how it is. Y'all know how we got 50, 1100 passcodes and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll be like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? But I got it. Look, and I got it on the first try. Y'all, look, let me tell you. Let me tell you, okay? So I'm putting it into the comments. TikTok over there. Y'all can just go over to my TikTok shop. You can just click on the shop and go ahead and get you a t-shirt, a mug, anything like that. Support a brother however you feel, however you want, and what you do. So Cash, I want to talk to you really quickly. I hope you're still on. So here's the thing. What I normally would do on the show is I would normally would take my HIV medication while I'm on live. And I'm glad that you just mentioned that, because I did a show a little while back to where I talked about medication fatigue, right? And a lot of times people truly don't understand what that means, because they think that you just throw medication at the disease or the virus, and that's pretty much just what it is. And I want to say this, that your treatment and things is not just physical. It's not just the medication. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. And so what I do to alleviate the stigma and the trauma surrounding taking your medication, I take my medication on live with you all, and that's what I do. So I take my HIV medication, I take my vitamin D medication, and I take my diabetes medication, right? So knowing that you're getting older, knowing that you are aging, knowing that you have these ailments, here at Titan in the Morning with the Titan Capri Experience, we just really want to just make sure that we eliminate all the stigma we can and trauma by doing that. So I'm glad that you say you're working with people having a hard time taking their meds and getting them a support team. And that's what I like to do. I like to be a support system and really just let people know that they can take their medication with me. They can do their medication, set the alarm, do all of the things. So we're going to take the medication. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that gave me a good old reminder. Hey, Babs, good morning. It's a Grand Rise, Titan. Good morning to you, cousin. Good morning. Okay, Cass said you better shut your mouth. Okay. I sent you a message so we can connect after the live is over. Indeed. I don't think they hear you say it again. Okay. Okay. And let's see. Wait a minute. Where we at? Okay. As Kate Caesar said, it sounds like religion. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Cass says there have been 5 people cured through bone marrow and stem cell. How do you feel about it? So here's my thing. I think that there is a cure, right? I think that what gets me is that it seemed like it's very evasive, right? And I think that a cure should be something readily available for people. And I feel that those that have been cured, right? And so I would love to see like the research. I would love to see like the long term and short term. Short term is that they have been cured of it. Long term, I would love to see, because right now, if you take your medication, right, U equals U, you're undetectable, so you're untransmittable. So literally, you don't have the virus. You can't transmit it to someone. So that's one part. I would love to see the research and love to see the long-term effects of it. Not doubting it, right? Not doubting it, y'all, but I would love to see it, because I take medication here now. So I'm still able to have an active sex life and all of those things, because I'm not worried about transmitting the virus to someone, because I'm undetectable. You can't detect it in my blood, right? So that part I know. And this is not being skeptical, but I know that there's a cure out there, and I know that it will be cured, right? But it really makes me think like these individuals that have been cured from it are obscure. Like, you know what I mean? And so I would love to see the data, right? I would love to see that, just so that I can vet it, because, I'm always about making sure that I know what I'm talking about. And I would love to see that. Yes. Cure, yes. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But I would love to see it because it's obscure, number one, expensive as all get out. And that stem cell and bone marrow, that's no joke. I don't know if anybody's ever, like, yeah, that's no joke. So I would love to see it. I would love to even speak with them, you know, and talk to them about that because I'm all about moving forward. Now we have injectables, right? And the injectables is something that was so futuristic, you know, people were like, oh, well, wait, injectables? What do you mean? Yes, injectables. You know what I mean? So, yes, thank you for asking. Hey, Brother Nature, Grand Rising. Brother Nature said, my love, Grand Rising. Indeed, Grand Rising. Good morning. Hey, Nikki Blaze, good morning. Hello, hello. Good deed. Bless you for advocating. Thank you so much, Nikki Blaze. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for that. Nikki Blaze said, got to understand what and who you're dealing with. And that part, that you got to know who you're dealing with. You got to understand where you at, what you're doing. And a lot of times we walk into spaces and places and we expect people to understand us and know us, and we don't even understand and know ourselves. Okay. Hey, Julia, good morning. You know I love all those O's and R's and INGs. Cass says, what have you done for yourself? That part right there. Tweety said, the schools need to start back having health classes to educate kids about HIV. It might save one. And here's the thing. I think sexual education, period, needs to be back in school because what we know is that on your handheld piece of equipment, you can access people around the world. You can access derogatory things. You can access good things, bad things, indifferent. Why can't we access education around your body and full autonomy over your body? I'll take the other word out, but we can't access that. These kids know more than you know, and you're trying to protect them from something that you don't want to talk about. It needs to be back in school, and you're right. And not only, Tweety, not only for HIV, for everything, STIs, for because you want to talk about diabetes and cancer and all of these things. You need education all the way around. But number one, a sexually transmitted infection, and you don't want to have education around that, how you get that? Yeah, no. Sean said, what you're saying is very familiar. Indeed, Sean, indeed. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning. Queen said, Tweety, that is so true. That was something that helped. Indeed. Thank you so much, Dr. Insight, for the gifts. And Sean, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for all of that. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Seeley. Thank you so much. Okay, wait, hold on, Miss Seeley. I like that. Miss Seeley, yes. Oh, is it Miss Selly? Let me know because I went straight to the color purple. Not saying anything bad about you. I just went straight to the color purple. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Bianca. Good morning. Good morning to you. Bianca, we need to go get us some more egg rolls. I know I keep talking about them egg rolls, Bianca. Yeah. Hey, Bianca. Good morning. Tweety said, and don't let negativity kill their joy. Indeed. I meant don't let negativity kill their joy. Indeed. Indeed. Don't let it kill the joy. Let's see where we at. Cassandra said, well, top of the morning to you from Alabama. Hey, Cassandra from Alabama. Where have you been? I have been missing your wisdom. So I've been here, Cassandra. I've been here. I've been. I came back. I took a little hiatus. I was out sick for a while, but I took a little hiatus. But I'm glad that you're back. I've been missing you like you've been missing me, but now we here together. Okay? Yeah, come on and come talk to me. Come on and come talk to me. Yes, indeed. Lucy Lou says, I say some kind of affirmation when I take mine. Indeed. So that's what we're going to do. I think I done got down to like 9 comments. Hold on. Woo. Hey, Drew, good morning. Drew said, hey, Titan. Hey, Drew, good morning to you. All right, y'all. I got down to the last comments. I'm over here. Yes. So here's my thing. This is what I believe. And y'all, I'm not talking down about my reach or my brand or what I'm on this earth to do. But what I believe is that in spaces and places that I occupy, that I'm in, that I go in, I believe that I should do and be who I am in those spaces because it's the small things. Taking your medication on live, right? Y'all, because I used to have so much stigma and trauma around my medication. Back in the day, they knew, right? They knew about the pills. And so I couldn't keep saying I was taking vitamins. You know what I mean? Like we knew what was going on. And then they have a chart, and the chart got the pictures of the pills and stuff. So I would never take my medication outside of my home. But y'all, I travel, I do all of the things, right? I was so afraid. You know what I mean? When I applied for jobs, when they were doing drug tests and stuff like that, I just was afraid that that was it. So that's part of the journey is to take my medication on live with you all to eradicate as much stigma and trauma from the world as I can. Over here in my own little cubby hole, I'm doing the doggone thing, right? Y'all with me? All right. Hey, Charlotte. Hey, new hire. Hey. Hey, Charlotte. Hey. We still ain't had our lunch or brunch or dinner or break bread or nothing. I ain't trying to call you out on this interweb on Beyonce's internet, but I'm just saying. Okay. Look, y'all. So go ahead and get your water, get your medication, right? Whatever your medication may be. I'm going to take my HIV medication with you all. That way we can take some of the stigma and the trauma away from taking your medication. But whatever your medication is, whether it's pain medication, whether it's anxiety medication, whether it's medication for various things, whether it's a STI medication, whether it's eye drops, whether it's vitamins, whether it's creatine, whatever it may be, I want you to feel comfortable with taking that because it's something that will help you throughout your journey and throughout your treatment. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I start work. And so I set those alarms and you can set them. And y'all, you don't, there are going to be times that you're going to miss taking your medication. You might not be able to take your medication. Do not dog yourself out. Do that. Just make sure you take your medication and be that. So what I do is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the way that I remember to take my medication is I take it with you all on the show, right? But normally I take my medication at 9 o'clock. It's a little bit after 9 now. But I'm not freaking out. I'm not tripping. I'm here and I'm able to do that. So I'm going to take my medication, which is my HIV medication, right? I take 2 pills. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. I take 2 pills, right? Take 2 pills. And then I have my vitamin D medication because my vitamin D is really low. Um, and because I hadn't been out in the sun, I ain't been doing a lot of it. But anyway, vitamin D is low, and then also my diabetes medication, right? Because my numbers have fluctuated and have been high, and I need to get them back down, get them to the level that they should be, right? So I take that's my regimen every morning. Now, what I do is I have my libation, right? I have my libation, and I wet my whistle. So a lot of you probably gonna say, "What? Y'all ever heard the song "Wet My Whistle"? But anyways, my grandmother used to do this all the time. She used to say, "Wet your whistle." You just put a little lubrication, right? So that the pill goes down. Because when I first started taking my medication, they were horse pills. They were huge. And so I had a hard time swallowing them. So I like to wet my whistle. That's just a little old school. So y'all come right back on the hill. When we take the medication, you go wet your whistle. Let me wet my whistle. Hold on. Okay, there we go. right? So I wet my whistle and I take the biggest pill first, right? And then I take the other pill. So here we go. Y'all with me? No, 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 no. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. You grabbing yours? Okay, you got high blood pressure? Okay, cool. You taking vitamins? Okay, cool. You taking pain medication? Okay, cool. Okay. Whatever it is that we doing. Look, so yeah, I used to go into the bathroom at work and go and take my medication. Nobody knew. This is when I hadn't disclosed that I was living with HIV. Um, I think sometimes that I can look at everybody else taking their medication the doctor prescribed for them, sitting at the lunch table, sitting in the break room, taking their medication, but I had to go to, I'm not going to say that I had to go, right? But I went to the bathroom because I didn't know what that I don't know, that I haven't been through. That's not my ministry. So I'm not going to sit up here and talk about it, blah, 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 blah. If I haven't been through it or experienced it, or if I haven't been adjacent to it, I'm not doing that. But this is my life. This is what's real. Because I didn't know what people were going to do when they found out that I was living with HIV. And then I'm going to tell you something. Back then, I wasn't saying living with HIV. They were saying you got AIDS. And so, y'all, I wasn't taking my medication because I didn't want the public to know and to do and all of that. I'm just giving you a little background because a lot of times people say, oh, well, just take your medication. Y'all, it's mental. It's mental. And my experience being a black gay man living with HIV was not favorable in the beginning. So this is what I do in my corner of the world, in my space of the world. I take my medication on live with y'all. It's my platform. Who gonna check me, boo? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me get some more water because y'all had took me there. Y'all got me in my feelings this morning. I got my agua, my H2O, my libation. And that's what we're gonna do. So y'all, we wet our whistle first. Okay, you got it? All right, come on, come on. Vitamins, yeah, high blood pressure, whatever it is, whatever medication it is, you come on and come. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna wet my whistle. I'm gonna wet my whistle. Hold on. I'm gonna wet my whistle. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need you to come on back. I need you to come on back because I'm gonna wait for you. Okay, you got your libation? Yeah. Now look, I don't know if you should be doing it with, you know, juice. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This person said they got a little juice. Where I'm at right now, it is 9 in the morning. I don't need no juice. And taking medication. You know, alcohol and medication don't mix. It's not supposed to. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not condoning it, but you do you. You do you, right? That's not how we get down over here, but that's you do you. I ain't gonna shame nobody for doing what they do. Okay. All right, y'all. I got the medication. I'm taking my HIV medication first. I got my libation. I got some agua, some H2O. I got some of God's water God's libation as they call it. And that's what we're gonna do. Y'all with me? All right, here we go. I wet the whistle first, take the medication, then wet the whistle again. That's what we do. That's what we do. No, we ain't kids. We grown adults. But I can say wet the whistle. Look, all right, look, I'm taking the other medication. Don't stop me. Don't be sitting up here trying to talk noise to me this morning. I'm taking this medication on live with y'all, and that's what we doing. You sure right. You sure right. We're gonna check in. I'm gonna check in on you. I'm gonna check in on you. You over there talking that noise. All right. Here's the other medication here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it, right? And that's what we're gonna do. To be in solidarity with you, we're gonna take this medication and make sure we good. Y'all with me? All right, here we go. Look, I don't know why I do that all the time. I feel like I'm back in the military when they would tell you to take your medication or take the medication or take a pill or something like that, and then they would like to put your tongue out, make sure to go down, and I'm just like, but anyways, y'all know me, y'all know how I am. Hey George, good morning. Let me say it like this. Hey, filmmaker George Tyler Straughter. Yes. Good morning. He said Grand Rising, bro. Grand Rising. Good morning to you. Thank you all so much for the gifts. So, y'all, let's do this, right? So I just wanted to check in with you all this morning, and I wanted to talk about World AIDS Day. Here at Titan in the Morning, or the Titan Capri Experience, I always want to make sure that we use the human aspect of things and be able to talk about things and understand that life is worth living. And my life may not look like yours may not look like mine, but we are good. We're good. I want you to have a human experience, right? I curate brave and safe spaces for people to come and to be who they are, not asking anything of them, but just to show up your authentic self, right? But then before I leave here today, and speaking of World AIDS Day, I am someone living with HIV. I am a Black gay man living with HIV. So World AIDS Day means something to me. It didn't before. But as I stated, this last 6 to 10 years, I've been doing this work. I've been in community and making changes and doing all the things. It means something to me. And so if you are someone that is part of my village, my tribe, my gang, and my chosen family, then it means something to you as well. You may not know it, but because it means something to me, it should mean something to you, right? And that's the true, authentic chemistry that we have with one another. Because I don't take on what you have, but I acknowledge it and I understand it, right? And HIV is just something else that I am living with that I acknowledge. So I sent, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get out of here. I sent Happy World AIDS Day to my followers and stuff like that. And about 2 or 3 people said, I'm not living, I don't have HIV, I don't have that. And I was like, that's not, y'all, come on. Come on. Right? Now, sometimes they say a hit dog will holler. But I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying, if you all are a part of my life, then HIV is part of my life. And I'm living with it. So therefore, there will be times, there will be things that I'm going to talk about, educate on, and be about that may have nothing to do with you, but because you're in my proximity, you're in my ecosystem, right? I believe that it affects you as well. Because I want to be honest with you, HIV affects everyone. Everyone. Whether you're living with it, whether you're an ally, whether you know somebody, whether you see it on the TV and in the news, it affects everyone. And I want to go back to say it again. It says World AIDS Day. It didn't say Houston, Texas AIDS Day. It said world. It said world. So I want y'all to just sit that down in your pocket. Okay? Indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. Keith says, it means it's touching people and bringing them to the front, helping, loving, caring, education, etc. Indeed. Come on. Come on. And a lot of times we don't do that, but here at this conference, and also a lot of times I'm reminded of why I do the work that I do. I'm reminded of why God gave me the gifts that I've been given. I'm reminded why I do the things that I do because I was put here for that. I believe that God didn't make a mistake, and this is where I should be. I believe the universe placed me exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I believe that my purpose is to be me, true and through. All right, y'all. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Until next time, y'all be great, y'all be good, y'all be blessed. And let me say this to you. Let me say this. If you don't know nothing else, know that you deserve to be blessed. If you don't know nothing else, know that you deserve to be blessed. Up, Lucy Lou. Woo! It's here. It's here. You know what? And that's what I'm going to do. That's how we're going to do it today. We're going to leave out of here today. Today is a Tuesday. It's a beautiful day here in Austin. The sun is out. It's a little nippy outside. It's a little cold. Look at, I'm loving it. I think that we need some cool weather in here to put down all this pollen and dust and all this stuff. We need to sit down somewhere so we can be good. But we need it to be consistent, right? We need to be consistent. So I want to say this to you all. I want to thank you all for being a space and a place where I can come and be my true authentic self, right? A lot of times what we don't understand is how we are a part of this ecosystem and how there's a push and a pull, how there's a give and a take, how there's a yin and a yang. And in order for me to be who I am and what I'm doing, you all have to be who you are and what you're doing. And so I want to thank you all for that. I want to say I appreciate you for that, because believe me when I say this, y'all could have went somewhere else. Y'all could watch somebody else. But I want to thank you all for being here with me. I want to thank you all for doing what you do. I want to thank you all for the support. I want to thank you all for the merch that you bought, all of the good stuff that you've done for me. I want to thank you for that. We are coming to the end of 2025, and 2025 has been a great year. But I really want to continue coming to you all and just being who I am, right? And I love that I can do that with you all, and I appreciate you. Hey, James. Good morning. James said, I love you. Love you. I love you and you and you and you and you and you. And you get a car and you get a car. You know what? I sure need a car. Y'all know what? I don't know why it's morning, but I want a salad. That was random. Okay. Tweety said, thanks for shaking some trees. Smooches. Indeed, baby. We got to shake them trees. Queen gave me some hearts. Hey, Queen. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. All the love that y'all showing me. So let's do this when we get out of here. Because the microphone has been sitting here. Microphone seems to be upset with me because I haven't been using it like I should. But anyways, this is what we're going to do. So y'all do me a favor. TikTok, y'all tippity tap the middle of the screen. Let me know that y'all are in. Go on over and go over to the shop. Grab you all a t-shirt. Grab you all a mug, candles, socks, all of the things over there. You know, help a brother out, give a little love offering. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X. Thank y'all so much. Show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Y'all tell a friend. You know, every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's me. It's Titan Capri. It's Titan in the morning. And that's what we do, right? That's what we do. So I want to say I love y'all. I appreciate you. And this microphone has just been sitting here, and I'm just trying to figure out why. Microphone, why you here? Why you here, microphone? Oh, okay. So y'all, let's go. Let's get it. Let me wet my whistle first. Hold on. We gonna get it. Y'all, I feel like I need a fan. I feel like I wanna pop a fan real quick. Hold on. Before we get out of here. Oh, I got one. Oh, Sookie. Yeah. I'm ready now. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Look, let me tell you something. I am who I am. And if I want to do all of this right here, this is what I'm going to do. Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's get it. Sit it, da, 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 da. Sit it, da, 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 da. It's Titan in the morning. I love you too. I'm gonna detach this microphone this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sip it a bit that doom to doom that to doom to doom that to doom to doom that. Sip it a bit that to doom to doom that. Yin and band and yin and then that da 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 da. Zit da 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 da. It's Titan in the morning. It's Titan in the morning. It's Titan in the morning. I thank y'all for allowing me to always do what I do. I appreciate you. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be great. Y'all be great. All right, y'all. Bye. I'll see y'all next time.